today's volume of the Iron Fist Boxing channel, we are going to discuss 4 key lessons Canelo Alvarez learned from his loss at the age of 23 years old to defensive mastermind Floyd Mayweather Jr. Lesson number 1, experience. There is but one degree of commitment, and from the age of 3 years old when Mayweather began his boxing journey until now, he has a total level of commitment to his craft. I have heard countless times that after Canelo Alvarez was defeated, he began to improve fight after fight. So much so that 7 years later, he is now crowned the pound for pound #1 king of boxing. I strongly feel that Alvarez became obsessed with his soul loss and deconstructed every second of his fight with Mayweather and learned the lesson within the lessons that he directly and indirectly received that night to ultimately become an even more complete boxer. Lesson number 2, strategy. It is an old chess phrase that you must never interrupt your opponent while they are making a mistake. And the same principle rings true for Canelo Alvarez. He learned firsthand from Floyd the level of discipline it takes to compete at the highest level. It was a common theme for Mayweather to take the very best attribute his opponent possessed and completely neutralize it. The same parallel can be drawn in the rematch with Canelo and Triple G. Alvarez realized from the first fight that he could take Triple G's best punch, so he created a game plan to utilize his speed and boxing ability to beat Triple G to the punch in the center of the ring, where the devastated Triple G had no choice but to retreat to avoid getting violently knocked out. Lesson number 3, boxing ability. When working directly with an individual who has mastery of his craft, you can feel his dominion of the smallest, most complex detail that makes it appear as simple as breathing. Floyd Mayweather has dedicated his entire being to perfecting the sweet science of boxing. When the 23-year-old Alvarez shared the ring with the all-time great, he had the opportunity to feel the product of a true master at his craft. I feel that even though Alvarez lost, he traded that defeat for about 10 years of boxing experience that he would later take with him to defeat other dangerous rivals down the road. Lesson number 4, joining the dark side. It is no secret that you either love Mayweather or hate him, and it goes the same for Canelo Alvarez. Floyd said in his post-fight conference after defeating the young Mexican that after he was done with the sport that Canelo would take over. That prediction came true. Canelo is now the face of boxing as well as the richest current day boxer when he signed a $365 million contract with the streaming app DAZN, and appears that Canelo is now the guy that the boxing public love to hate. In conclusion, I feel that the Mayweather loss was the most important fight of Canelo El Hijo de Guadalajara Alvarez's career, which ultimately elevated his skills to a new level, as well as his popularity as a global icon, just as his predecessor before him. With these important lessons he learned in his youth, Canelo will continue to dominate boxing and ultimately be the greatest Mexican boxer to ever live.
If you enjoyed this volume, I invite you to join the Brotherhood. Show your support by hitting the bell icon so you don't miss the next video, and giving us a thumbs up by subscribing to the channel. We have another controversial video coming up later in the week, and I look forward to sharing it with you. Until then, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!